How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now, and I really do appreciate you taking time tuning into the video. I've said it a lot of times in my videos that it seems like we're fighting for our Second Amendment rights every single day, and the gun-hating politicians and others are usually calling for a ban of so-called assault weapons or weapons of war. And this year it seems like a lot of times they also want to ban semi-automatic firearms. But very rarely do you hear someone saying they want to repeal the Second Amendment completely. There's this so-called online news website called blackstarnews.com, and I'm going to post a picture up on the screen of their homepage, and you can just take a look at that and you can see what they really are. And this guy named Tom H. Hastings posted an op-ed calling for the Second Amendment to be repealed, and they want to start a massive campaign to overturn the Second Amendment. And it's no surprise this guy works at Portland State University. He's the coordinator of conflict resolution, where they have BA and BS degree programs. He said rather than keep fighting the battle for gun control, he thinks the Constitution should just be changed. He said gun control groups should develop something called BATNA, which stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. And here's what this nut job wrote. My choice of BATNA would be, look, gun rights people, we want to negotiate common sense regulations with you. And of course they have no common sense whatsoever. However, literally every time we pass such measures, at the local and state level, you work to overcome the will of the people by challenging those common sense measures in court with your lawsuits. And it's all based on the Second Amendment. Of course it is. But this nut job has even more to say. So we have the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Our BATNA is that we're going to stop all other gun control work, which sounds great to us, right? And focus all of our resources on a campaign to repeal the Second Amendment. I personally think this guy needs to see a psychiatrist, if he isn't already. And he said they have a template for this. The amendment outlawing alcoholic beverages was passed, and a decade later, the amendment was repealed. And here's where it seems to me he makes a threat. We're either going to get your commitment to allow our democratically produced local and state laws honored, or we will end our negotiations and begin a massive campaign to overturn the Second Amendment. Forgive me if this video is going to be longer than usual, but this guy has a lot to say, and I think you guys might want to hear it. We have commitments for this focus from hundreds of non-governmental organizations, plus many state and local governmental units that you've frustrated over the years. Yes, you frustrated them. We've organized these commitments from all the gun control groups you know about, plus public safety and public health organizations, including scores of local and county, police chiefs and their officers, as well as healthcare workers, unions, teacher unions, and PTAs. You can't forget about the PTA. He said this is a nationwide commitment and they are ready. He follows that up by saying, everything else is regulated as various jurisdictions see fit, from standards from ladders to tools, and this guy really is a tool, to children's toys to clothing, etc., as common sense and the voters decide. He says they're going to regulate guns too. A child toy safety law is to protect the lives of children, and gun control is for the same purpose. Think this over and get back to us within a month. And here is his threat again. Or we begin our massive shift of people energy and resources towards our new goal. And the last thing this nut job had to say is this. That's how a BATNA can change the trajectory of conflict. That's how unwinnable can flip to winnable. So this guy Hastings has the BATNA, and I have something for Hastings as well. It's the KISSMYASS. Hastings, figure that out for yourself. I guess this guy Hastings doesn't understand that the Second Amendment actually says, shall not be infringed. And you think you're passionate about your cause? You haven't met the people I've met over my lifetime. They will never let this happen. Take my word for it. The Democrats for a long time have said they're not after our guns, even though they're constantly trying to take away, let's say, so-called assault weapons or semi-automatic firearms. So the question is, are there any big gun control groups out there willing to work with this guy? I guess in time we'll see. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this guy's proposal. Do you believe what I believe, that this guy is a nutcase and definitely needs a psych evaluation if he hasn't had one already? And I'm guessing he probably has, and he's just off his meds. And as always, I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. You guys are always constantly liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And when you do that, it helps the channel out and helps it to continue to grow. And I really do appreciate it. And I invite everybody to come back and watch my next video.